Before Hollywood was a city, it was farmland. It was beautiful, flat, raw land with rolling hills nearby. In the late 1880s, Hobart Whitley left Oklahoma for California, but not before he had built a good part of the city of Guthrie. Now, out west, he found the area, purchased some land, and he proceeded to lay out boundaries for a new subdivision. He married in 1886, and while honeymooning with his wife Margaret, they came up with the name Hollywood. It was the perfect name, they thought, for the township. H. Wilcox subdivided his farm in 1887, made a map, and started to sell the land. Meanwhile, Hobart began to build a hotel and a bank. They were across from one another. Hotel Hollywood opened for business in 1905 and quickly became the in place to be. From the very beginning, as the film industry came to town, stars, producers, studio moguls, and dignitaries of all types stayed there. The town grew quickly. Hotel Hollywood and the bank no longer stand. Their location was the corners of Hollywood and Highland. Today, the Dolby and Grauman Chinese theaters are there. Whitley is no longer a house-word name, yet there are numerous streets named after him. Examples: Whitley Terrace, Whitley Avenue, Hobart Boulevard. What does stand is Whitley Heights. The area is above Franklin Avenue and overlooks the city. Whitley started the residential area of Mediterranean homes in 1918. It became the first celebrity enclave. In 1928, there were 168 homes. In the early 1950s, the 101 freeway was constructed. Various homes were torn down to make room for the freeway, including that of Rudolph Valentino, the famous screen star. Today, the Heights is on the historical register, nearing 80 years of age. Not only did Whitley establish Hollywood and the Heights, but other townships here in California. Some examples include Van Nuys and Reseda, and a good part of San Fernando Valley was developed for upcoming subdivisions. In Oklahoma, prior to Hollywood, Oklahoma City, Guthrie, El Reno, Chickasaw, and many others were established along the Rock Island Railroad. He was the director of that railroad. So it was important that he was so important that he was asked to be Oklahoma's first governor. He turned it down. And he went to Washington to convince D.C. to make Guthrie the first state capital. A good part of Guthrie, including the first brick buildings, were his. Prior to this, he was in Texas, in the Dakotas, and elsewhere. It was always the same: a bank and a hotel. In sum total, he developed 140 towns, and often he gave land for public schools to be built. Mr. Whitley is known as the father of Hollywood, and as they say, the rest is history.